Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. Whatever time y'all are tuning in, I certainly appreciate y'all are here. Well, today's video, guys, is about Knife of the Week. We're on number 3, and this is about a bushcraft knife. It come all the way from Lapland, Finland. I have to look at the knife to tell you the name. It's Rovaniemi or something like that. It is Rovaniemi, Finland. But this knife, I'm going to show it to you right here, is of the Sami indigenous people, and it's not just a knife, guys. This is a way of life for them, and this is made by Marttiini in Finland. And we're going to go over this knife. We're going to let Miss Barlow tell us some things about the knife as well, but we're going to go over here and get a close look up of this knife. I'll show it to you out of the sheath over here, but the sheath, it's meant to tell a story, guys. That's their way of life, the Sami people. And here they are here. I have some older photos and some modern day, but they live up in the northern part of Finland, Norway, Sweden, and even a peninsula out there in Russia. So it's pretty cool. This knife is. I actually got this knife in on from Mr. Earl from, let's see, Winnipeg, Canada. From Winnipeg, Canada, I got this knife in. He graciously gave this knife to me, and I appreciate it, Mr. Earl. If you're out there, just say something down in the comments below. But we are going to be going over this knife right over here, and I'm going to show you how beautiful this knife is, how beautiful the handle is. But I chose this knife, guys, this week just because I respect the people up in Europe. They make some outstanding knives, and I'm a big fan of the European-made knives from Norway, Finland, Sweden, Switzerland, Germany, Italy, Spain, Portugal, all over Europe. I just love their knives. They've been making knives for thousands of years, while the United States has only been since 200-something years. The country has. So they've been making knives and swords a long time, and that's really where a lot of the knife makers come from Europe. And they bring their skills here, and that's how America learned how to make the knives. They used to import them in until the 1800s here. They started some knife companies up, and just love the history behind that, guys. And we're going to be going over this Marttiini Lapinleuku. I had to learn how to say that. Leuku is the Sami name for a bushcraft knife, and Lapin means it comes from Lapland, Finland. That's Lapland is like a state of Finland, and the name of it's a capital city is the Rovaniemi. Okay, and it's actually the home place for Santa Claus. This is home. This is hometown. That's what they claim. So it's pretty cool. There's a lot of the history there, guys. Just go look that stuff up. But this is just a knife that I've always loved ever since I got my hands on it. I think it was sometime last year that Mr. Earl sent this, and I loved it then. I even love it now. I have it on display in here with all my fishing knives. So, but I just want to thank you, Mr. Earl, for sending this in all the way from Winnipeg, Canada. And this was made in Lapland, Finland, in Rovaniemi, the capital. I have to keep saying that to remember it. But again, Lapinleuku is the name of the knife, meaning Lapin, it comes from Lapland, Finland, and Leuku is the name of the bushcraft knife. Very cool. But this knife, guys, is used by reindeer herders. They're big in reindeer over there. But anyways, reindeer herders, hunters, and survivalists. So it's probably one of the best bushcraft knives ever made. The shape of it is made for chopping wood, for skinning, for anything you need to do to survive. And I can't wait to share this with y'all. But guys, thank y'all for being here for the knife for the week, and we're going to go over here and take a close look at this knife. But thank y'all again for tuning in today. and I hope you enjoy the video. Well, guys, before we go over there on the table, I forgot to mention that the form for the Ellerville Knife Show is down in the description below. Just click on the link. It'll take you to the form. You fill it out, and you pay with PayPal or by credit card or debit card. But it's the table total is $28 a piece. It's $25 with a $3 additional fee to make up for the PayPal fee. So, but anyway, it's 28 bucks, and it's per table. I put max 4 per the applicant or the vendor. And if there's more, just put in there the description. I've got all the instructions on the form, but if you want, if you think you might need more room, if room becomes available, I'll let you know, but you need to address that in the little box that you can write in or type in. So just letting y'all know the form is out there, guys. I just want to thank each and every one of y'all for all of y'all's support. So now we're fixing to get back over here and look at that knife. Okay, guys, here is a knife. I just want to show the craftsmanship of this sheath real quick, guys. It's just an absolute gorgeous, gorgeous sheath. It's not made to be fixed. It's made to dangle. And it's just hangs on your, probably your outer garment. They actually wear layers up there because it's so cold. Because if you had this affixed to your belt, you probably wouldn't be able to get to it. It needs to be on the outside, and it don't need to be, it needs to be in a comfortable position, because you know yourself, if you put that on your belt, it's so big, it's going to be hitting stuff when you sit down and stuff like that. So it's a great design. And I love the way the knife fits down into the sheath all the way. And when they made their sheaths, guys, they tried to tell a story on the sheaths. And I don't know what kind of story this is, but all I know is they've got an outpost here and they got a teepee. But it's actually in front of a mountainous range or a mountain range or a hillside. It's just beautiful. But it's very, very cool. I know that. It's just well made. That M probably stands for Marttiini. But it's actually got a pommel here. And the handle wood is birch. It's curly birch wood. And it's a carbon steel blade. And on this side, guys, it is J. Marttiini. Then you got the city of Lapland, the capital city. She scared me again. The capital city of Lapland, Finland, Rovaniemi. Then you got Lapinleuku. Lapin means it's made in Lapland, and then Leuku is the name of the knife. It's a bushcraft knife, the kind of knife. But ain't this awesome, guys? The bolster here, but it just feels so good in the hand. But this just wasn't a knife to them, guys. It was their life. It was the Sami people's culture. That's what this knife represents. And they are big into reindeer. I mean, that's how they make their living. That's how they survive. But so you got a Sami person on a sled being pulled by a reindeer. But this knife was used by reindeer herdsmen, hunters, and survivalists. But this was their culture, guys. It's not just a knife. It's the way of life. Isn't that cool? And it's sharp as a razor. But just a beautiful piece. And I want to thank Mr. Earl again from Winnipeg, Canada, for sending me this knife, because I absolutely love it. It will be forever on display right here in the knife museum. Wade has even tried to talk me out of this knife a few times. But it will be forever in here, Mr. Earl. And thank you again for sharing this with me, for giving this to me as a gift, buddy. Thank you so much. And now, guys, we're going to let Miss Barlow tell us more about this knife.
G'day, mates, and welcome back to the channel. Ms. Barlow here, and I want to start by saying a big thank you to all of you out there. Subscribers, knife lovers, collectors, and everyday folks who keep this place running. Your support means the world to us, and I don't take a single one of you for granted. Now this week, we're leaving Ellerville and heading due north. And I don't mean Tennessee, I mean Lapland, Finland. We're talking reindeer country, Arctic winds, and survival in its purest form. Say hello to the Lapinleuku, handcrafted by the folks at Marttiini Knives out of Rovaniemi. Now this beauty, she's a workhorse dressed like royalty. A traditional bush knife carried by the Sami people, folks who've lived off the land longer than most empires have stood. The blade's thick, curved, made for chopping, skinning, and keeping you alive when the snow's deeper than your boots. Look close and you'll see hand-etched scenes, reindeer, mountains, wild northern life, burned into the blade like memories into bark. The handle's made of curly birch, not just pretty, but warm in the hand when the weather turns cruel. And the sheath? Oh, mate, it's a story in itself. Tooled leather with teepees, watchtowers, and a Sami soul that runs deeper than the frost line. This isn't a factory blade, it's a legacy knife, a tool forged by culture and tested by time. That's why this Marttiini Lapinleuku earns its spot as Knife of the Week. Because sometimes, to really understand a knife, you've got to leave the shop and step into the snow. Thanks again for being part of this journey, mates. Stay sharp, stay true, and I'll see you on the next one.
Well, guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in today. I want to thank Mr. Earl again for this knife. And I just love the history behind it, guys. It's you know, we have hundreds or thousands of knives, but they probably only have this one knife, and it's not meant to look at on display. It's meant to use to survive, and I appreciate that. And I just love that kind of culture where someone actually has to depend on a knife to live. And that's the way we all was at one time. I mean, if it wasn't for the knives, guys, what would we have done? How would people would have survived? Even back in the early 1900s, the 1800s, 1700s, this was a heavy use tool here in the United States, a knife. It was just the tool. It wasn't made to collect back then. It was made to actually use. And I just love that concept. I really do. Well, guys, don't forget about the tables being available now for the Ellerville Knife Show. It's in a link down in the video description down below. You just click on it and buy up to 4 tables. So I just want to thank each and every one of y'all again for all y'all support. And guys, thank y'all again for everything. I appreciate y'all tuning in for Knife of the Week. This is number 3, so we'll see what next week brings, and number 4. So it's pretty cool. I'm liking this because I had to dive deep into this and learn about the Sami indigenous people right here, where they're from, and what this knife means to them. So it's very cool. I love it. I love to learn about this kind of stuff, guys. I love it. Well, guys, thank y'all so much for tuning in today. I want to say God bless to each and every one of y'all. And until we meet again, guys, y'all be like a good knife. Stay sharp.
Mission number 1, Rustmaker's Smog Forge. Location, Mekong Jungle, Cambodia. 30 hours. Objective, infiltrate a Chinese-run counterfeiting compound. Knife Doctor! Knife Doctor! Come in! Do you read me? We've got eyes on movement. Rustmaker is confirmed inside the forge compound. I repeat, Rustmaker is active and coordinating a final counterfeit run. You are green to proceed. Time is not on your side. Knife Doctor, it gets worse. Widowmaker is there too. Facial scan just pinged. She's moving through the perimeter like smoke. No known allegiance to Rustmaker, but where she goes, bodies tend to follow. Heads up, thermal shows 6 hostiles. They're moving on your 1 o'clock, closing fast. You're deep in now, Doctor. Jungle canopy is cutting our signal. We might lose you, so listen close. Disable the smog stacks, seize the proof, and do not let Rustmaker vanish into the haze. And Knife Doctor, if Widowmaker engages, don't hesitate. You know what you have to do.
Life is too short to carry cheap pocket knives. I want